Hello, I am AOP and welcome to yet another week of Going Pro series that I cast every week, and I think this is the 17th vid I do for you actually in the Going Pro series, of course, and I'm casting for Definitive Esports, XMG, Mad Cats, Triton, BenQ and Antec, and yeah, we're heading into this week's episode. So let's see what's going on. Starting in the top right position as the red Zerg, we have aTn.Delphi, of course playing for Team Alternate. He's a German Zerg player, and on the other side of the map, starting as the blue Zerg, we have this week's featured player. He's actually Qnk.HaNfy, and this player doesn't even have a Wikipedia page for some reason, and I've checked him up and he actually looks like he's been playing in a lot of online tournaments, but he hasn't got a Wikipedia page. So I'm just reaching out to you who's watching, write to Team Liquid, say that this guy should definitely have a Wikipedia page, because he's been in a lot of online tournaments, winning some as well. And I think this replay is from the EPS summer groups, where he played a couple of games, which I found on GozaGamers.net, and this game got heavily recommended since it was really good. So I was like, yeah, what the hell, let's go for this, because yeah, it's probably going to be a great game, and I don't think that people would say, at least tell me to watch it, if this was just a steamroll. And since I've seen HaNfy in a lot of other tournaments as well, this guy must be good. So it's going to be really interesting to see what these two guys can show off right here. And we should bring up the name tabs and the production tab so we can see what's going on. Both players just doing the same thing pretty much. Just a couple of seconds ahead for HaNfy on the hatchery there. If we look at the pool, we see that pool is pretty much aligned out, as well as everything else. And yeah, not much difference at all. Both players going for that early speed as with the spawning pool, which is really nice to have, because you really need to have those speed links in a ZvZ, because it could be pretty hard to defend your hatch in if you're going for an early hatch, if you haven't got speed links, of course. Oh, actually here we see some difference. We see Delphi going for double queens a couple of seconds before HaNfy, but yeah, I don't know, that didn't matter at all. If you look at the gases here, we see 3 harvesters in each gas, so not much difference at all. And yeah, metabolic boost on the way. Delphi getting himself an overlord at the moment. Both players actually doing that, but since the queen of HaNfy was a little later, he could wait a couple of more seconds for that overlord. But yeah, just mirror builds at the moment. There was the baneling that's going down for Delphi, which is going to start adding up with some difference in this game at least. And 8 links coming out from HaNfy now, he might be starting to be a little aggressive, so this can actually be a defensive baneling nest with this, since we see the spine crawler going down, who really looks like he wants to defend this base. And I don't even know yet, Delphi has scouted out this hatchery for HaNfy, while HaNfy has scouted out everything pretty much. You see this queen is going out here from HaNfy, starting to work on Delphi's overlord, and if it isn't careful, Delphi might take some advantage of this. But since HaNfy has got these 8 links out, he knows that he can really push to get some map dominance here. Yeah, I'm going to follow these links and see what they are up to, and they will pretty much, oh, actually we see a roach one coming up from HaNfy, and he's going to scout out these banelings. And if this roach one comes, oh, actually 8 roaches on the way, only 2 banelings out, and this is going to hit Delphi so hard, because he can't defend versus roaches with only links. It's going to be so tricky for him. Now we see a couple of links coming out from Delphi, but the roaches are already on the way. Look at these, a couple of roaches. The banelings are going in, but the roaches are going to target them down, and doesn't Gets a couple of drones, but so sacramental to lose those banelings. That was such a bad trade. All these roaches are now going over to the other side of the map. Well, a lot of links is out for Delphi, but is it going to be enough? All these roaches are already out, and they are working to get to the other side of the map. If we look at the production tab, we see 22 Zerglings on the way up for Delphi, and he's going to be able to HaNfy, I mean, he's going to be able to defend this. A couple of links coming in from Delphi, but they are not enough since the 22 links from HaNfy just hatched, and they are going to just sprint onto the other side of the map. Couple of speed links for Delphi here, going to try to get a nice surround. These banelings are not going to be enough. The Queens are coming in here to help. Some Zerglings coming in from the other side though as well, and a nice surround of all these roaches. Going to kill as many as Delphi can off, but it's so cost inefficient to go roach versus links for Delphi at the moment. Actually needed to place down 2 more spine crawlers here, so he's up to 3 spine crawlers. If you look at the food count right now, it's pretty even, but HaNfy is a little ahead. A couple of speed links out for Delphi right here, morphing in 1 baneling here, but he knows that he can't really use it to full advantage at the moment, since his opponents got these roaches that he can get. A couple of roaches coming in here, and they are going to help out so much. They can just target down this baneling, and there is not much that Delphi can do about it, because it's so cost inefficient to fight banelings versus roaches at the moment. And with the backup of these Zerglings, he countered other Zerglings and just prevent from any run-bys and such stuff. More extractors being planted down right now. Both players going for lair. We see double extractors coming up from both players. Lots of droning going on. If you look at the income tab, we see it's fairly equal at the moment. Somewhat more gas for HaNfy. And yeah, the colors is correct at the moment, so I didn't switch them up. I just wanted to check that, because that would have turned out to be a big problem. These 2 banelings just going back and forth, and is he going to lose? No, putting them on move command because he doesn't want to lose it, and he sees this third, but I think that HaNfy will actually be, nice blow up on that baneling there, and going to get targeted down by these banelings. Actually getting a cancel on the hatchery, but the drone gets away. I'm going to put down the hatchery once again, and this little run-by army here is going to sprint away. 1 more spine crawler being added up, so Delphi really playing defensively, and was he 1 overseer going to scout out pretty much everything in Delphi base. He has no defense whatsoever. We see spy coming out from Delphi at the moment. Hydralisk Den going to counter that pretty much perfectly, but it's actually at the same time pretty much, so it's going to align out pretty good, and those Hydras are going to be able to help out so much. Now Delphi trying to get a cancel on this hatchery once again. 1 baneling coming in from the side here, going to try to stop any links, but the links from HaNfy coming in from the other angle. This baneling isn't going to be able to do anything at the moment. Baneling trying to get away, but it's going to get killed off, and there 1 link going to get the kill, and that's a really good trade for HaNfy. And if we look at the food supply, HaNfy is sprinting ahead at the moment, working down on this Overlord as well. Not that many roaches out from HaNfy right now. Tried to put some pressure on Delphi, but isn't really worth it though, since he's got all these spine crawlers. HaNfy having 1 Overlord here in a pretty good position. 7 roaches out right now for HaNfy, and Delphi just trying to sprint in, see what's going on with a couple of links, sees these Hydras and knows that these Mutas are pretty much going to be useless. 2 Spore Crawlers already here, 1 Evo Chamber, really good building placement here, doesn't want to get screwed over with any run-bys pretty much. And let's look, where are the Mutas at? They are actually going over to the other side of the map, going to prevent some Overlords from doing the scouting. We see Zergran Cops level 1 on the way, as well as Brood Spines, double Overlords on the way, because he needs to get out more Hydras at the moment. Only 5 Hydras out, so these Mutas have a small window where they can actually attack the Zerg, but these spore crawlers are so good, well placed. And oh, the spore crawler are going to hit those mutas, but the mutas are actually targeting down quite a lot of drones, and with killing off one muta with that spore crawler getting one kill, pretty good. Going to move it to a more northern location to be able to intercept the mutas pretty much. One overlord here going to just try to sprint onto the other side. Overlord speed has been researched, I think. Looks like it at least, and yeah, he's going to try to get some scouting done, but doesn't get it because he gets killed off by these mutas. Lots of banelings out from Delphi right now, as well as the lings. While as his third is up, not many drones mining here. The economy from HaNfy is a lot at the moment. These Hydras going to help out a lot in this battle, but the roaches getting targeted down at the moment. Some nice baneling hits on those what am I saying, Hydras, and the mutas just targeting down the rest, and a couple of Hydras remaining. The spore crawlers are doing so much damage in this battle, and the spine crawlers helping out a lot as well. And oh, look at that surround with the drone trying to prevent it from going down, and 14 Hydras coming out from HaNfy right now, going to try to defend Delphi, sprinting forward in the food count, and HaNfy is going to defend this little aggression. And yeah, the Hydras are actually going to chase these mutas out, going to meet up with them, and so many Hydras are going down right here. And Hydras meeting up with the Queen, going to force the mutas back again. So really much back and forth battle right now. Delphi is on the move right here, but his main is getting thinner and thinner by the second. Natural is starting to get thin as well, but the main of HaNfy is not as thin since he expanded to the third a little earlier. Spore crawlers is going to finish it. Baneling crawling in, going to get a lot of drones here, but can't really kill this hatchery. But it is going down. It is losing health. But these mutas don't seem to really get to live. And oh, look at this hatchery. Is it going to go down? So many links right here. Is the mutas going to target down the hatchery? 204, 199. Oh, Infestus coming out. Going to kill off the last of these. No, actually doesn't get a ton of growth off because they have no energy at the moment. But oh, gets the third right here. But yeah, the Hydras gets here and chases the rest of the units off. And now we see the roach point going down for Delphi. So late. These mutas have really done a good work. At the beginning, it didn't look like the mutas were going to be such a good choice here, but HaNfy not using his Hydras as much as he would have needed, while as Delphi just used that little window and seized it to attack this third, and it just, yeah, he brought it down with him. Pretty much one extractor here bleeding. The hatchery is being built, and these two bases aren't connected for some reason, so it takes more time to reinforce for HaNfy since they're on a creep there. One spore crawler here at the moment, and oh, a nice link run by Delphi, who's going to get into the main. One infestor here casting a Thunder Grove. Oh, hitting all the links, and the links are going to go down so fast. This Queen is going to kill off the rest. So nice reaction by HaNfy there. One macro hatch going up for HaNfy at the moment, while as we see Delphi is just scouting out all over the map, just keeping that map dominance up. Doesn't want to get a run by on any of its bases, but has 3 spine crawlers here on his third. What is he has 2 left on the main. No, natural, I mean. If we look at the main, not much tech here at all, and it's getting so thin and soon going down to 2 bases with the infestation pit on the way for Delphi. But can his economy support it at the moment? Because he's been so aggressive all the game. And if we look at the income tab right now, we see that Delphi is ahead, but now when this third kicks in once again, HaNfy is going to be a little ahead since he's got a couple of more mineral fields on his main, as well as trying to take the fourth right now, but Delphi is going to get there and cancel it, and oh, he doesn't get the drone. Lots of or at least a couple of hydras here going to force the Mutalisk to be more careful right now, as well as all these infestors. You don't want to get in straight into a fungal growth. Lots of roaches coming out from Delphi at the moment. Overseer being morphed in, as well as pathogen glands and Zerg missile attacks level 1 being researched at the moment. If we look at the upgrades for HaNfy, we see 2-1 on the Hydras here, and I don't know what about the Ling upgrades at the moment, because I don't see any Lings out right now. Looks like Delphi will be moving out. Has 0-0 on his Lings actually. One roach being caught off guard out on the map, and Mutas also having 0-0, so they will be falling as flies to all these Mutas with the 14 damage and 6 range. Pretty crazy, and all the Mutas being targeted down. So many Mutas going down. Look at the upgrades for Delphi. It's only 0-2, so he's really going for an uphill battle here when HaNfy has the supply lead as well as the upgrade lead at the moment, and his fourth went up, and looks like he will be going to be able to defend it, and he's actually going to be somewhat aggressive towards this fourth right here. Is going to circumvent it with a couple of roaches. Looks like, oh, maybe he will hit all the infested. Lots of infested Terrans being thrown down. The infested all going into the fire. Oh my god, this is going to be such a slaughter. The hatchery is going to fall. So many infested Terrans going to all fungal growth on pretty much all the roaches from Delphi, and this is just such a hard battle for Delphi to do anything with HaNfy sneaking up those roaches from the back, and it's GG. So such a good game from HaNfy there, and yeah, that was really interesting to watch. It was a really nice ZvZ. You don't see much nice ZvZs these days, just a lot of Baneling pretty much. But anyway, it was really fun to watch, and I hope you had a great time, because I had one. I had one great time, and it was today. I almost said yesterday. I don't know why I almost said it, but anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe. I am AOP, and I'm casting for Definitive Esports.